I want to do something different. I want to
Bitch, I'm different.
Yeah.
Bitch,
Bitch, we different. We gonna be different. Coming in this shit different. However the fuck we wanna come in it. We be different. We up in it. Welcome to the rabbit. Hold your bitch. Yeah, I said it. Oh shit. Oh. we got a different episode today. I don't know if you want to call this a show recap or a LSD experience or
both.
You could call it whatever you want. We just wanted to kind of go over. We went to
a dope show.
To a fucking dope ass show last Saturday? Was it? Yes, Saturday night. Yup, in San Francisco. 1015 Folsom. Desert Dwellers, Soohan, Govinda, Carly D. There was some other people whose names I can't remember. There was a bunch of people. It fucking went hard as fuck. Begin.
Well, I guess we could just start off where I was the DD this time. So you're going to have a sober point of view, and this guy...
I may or may not have allegedly taken one LSD gel tab.
There you go. So you're going to have
But I might not have.
But yeah, so you don't know.
But I might have.
But he might have. So you might know. But
you
might not.
I might not have also. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. Yeah. So
See,
you're going to get a sober perspective and you don't know a perspective.
Yeah. No.
An alleged perspective.
I was thinking about not just going and just smoking some weed or something too. But I thought about seeing Soohan, and this was our second time seeing Desert Dwellers and our second time seeing Govinda. But seeing Soohan was I really don't need any kind of substance to enhance how hype I'm going to be. But is it going to hurt? No. Is it going to bring me down any?
No.
No. I'm very confident at this point in my psychedelic career. I'm pretty confident in what one gel tab of LSD is going to do, especially when I've already taken it before. I already know the product, you know what I'm saying? So that one gel tab was the perfect amount to not be... There was never, this might be the first time I could say this about a psychedelic trip at all. There was never the point of being too deep in thought where I start to question shit, where I'm starting to go through some kind of form of ego death, or where, even other shows we went to, there was never that point where it's fuck dude, I need to go outside, or I need to go to the bathroom, or I don't know what I need. There was a couple points where I wanted to go outside and smoke a joint or get some air, but it wasn't it wasn't panicky. Right. It was just all smooth, all good times. There was never really maybe it's just because I was busy dancing, but I didn't really notice a peak point either. It was all just
it was just all in the moment.
It's just all a good fucking time.
I mean, even being sober kind of felt like that. There's points where I'm I was dancing the whole time, and I don't remember what I was doing.
Right.
It was a great...
I danced so much my legs were sore the next day. There's only been a couple times it's happened in my life.
Dude, I can't get over how fucking cool that show was. I feel like I have to keep my energy contained, otherwise it'll fucking hurt the mic in the people's ears. Hurt the mic, hurt people's ears.
Fuck that. It was, we get as hype as we want.
Fucking great. Right.
This is the type of beat that go ra-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Yeah, that shit went way too hard.
Yeah. Fuck, man, it was amazing.
So yeah, we usually take bar or lift or some shit, but this time, like you said, you were DD, so you drove. Yeah. We got up in that bench. It was pretty fucking empty for the first act, even though it went hard as fuck. And then, while we were in there, it was still pretty fucking empty, but shout out to Nacho. We ran into our boy Nacho. Fucking comes walking in. It was dope because I was expecting to see some flow arts, but we didn't bring no poi or nothing. And when I seen Nacho, I knew that we were gonna have some very high quality poi performances going on.
Yeah.
And so that was fucking dope.
We really want people to realize how fucking cool these shows are, because I don't know if a lot of people are aware that, even some people in the psychedelic community, I don't think they're aware that these shows go on. Dude,
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Like, oh, dude, it's so cool. Like,
these shows aren't like a normal rave or anything like that. If you've been there, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of like rave type people there, but there's definitely a different kind of vibe when you're going to the real like psychedelic community of electronic music with that whole Eastern fucking, I don't know what kind of vibe you want to call it. I don't even want to put labels on it, but the whole Spangle Desert Dwellers kind of vibe thing, you know that you're going to be in for a real treat. Right. There's something special about those shows.
The weird thing, so like we got there, we drove, so nothing interesting about the drive. We just drove there. He allegedly did his thing. And when we got there, we're just kind of, one of the first things I really noticed about every show I go to, like if in our first video we did a bicycle day, which was a show people might think it's just celebrating Albert Hoffman, which it is, but it's an actual event. It's not like we were just at home. So check that out if you're interested. If you're not, don't. Still love you. But the thing I love about those shows, and let me know if you agree, it almost feels like the vibe everyone gives each other, it's almost like we know each other, but we don't. Like everyone's like, hey, and hugging, and you make lock eyes. Sounds like, why don't you make out, bro? But like when you make, like, I don't know, like if you go to a bar or a concert, like you step on someone's shoe, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Here it's like, or you were saying, it's a way to make a friend. You bump into somebody and they're like, dope, right?
Hey! Like, even making eye contact. Like, there's times where you're just on the dance floor and then you make eye contact with someone across the dance floor, and it's not like weird, like look away. It's just like, what's up? Right. And you turn back to dancing. Like, and I grew up going to like metal shows and shit, especially. So like, you're trying to get to the front row. Everyone's an asshole. You're bumping shoulders with people. People trying to stand up like a fucking brick wall so nobody can get past and shit. And here, like, we were all over the place. Yeah. We were at the very front and center for Soohan. Like, and it wasn't even an issue. You can dance your way through any part of the crowd as long as you're not, you fucking just kind of like slither through, fucking like groove through. Everybody's gonna let you through.
You stand out if you're tense or.
Yeah, that was one really really funny part of the show, I thought, was usually at Folsom, like that other room is like a DJ, like some hip hop EDM type music in there, so it's not too off from where we're at. But this time it seemed like the room was almost being like used in specific for this kind of like salsa, like I don't know what kind of music to call it. Like, I don't think it's mariachi music, you know? It's like I think your boy's at the wrong party.
It's almost like psychedelic Latin music.
Yeah, but you go in there and like these people are like they're serious. They're like dressed up, like button up shirts, hair
like
done, shaved, and like perfect lines and shit. And then they're like spinning girls, throwing them up in the air. They know how to dance. I thought that was one of the funniest parts of the show. Is just like to get to the smoking area, you have to walk through their rooms. It's like they got these dirty hippies walking through their show, and then some of them are coming into our show, checking out that shit. Like, what in the hell is this? When everybody's prancing around like a unicorn, people wearing bunny ears and tie-dye shit everywhere, it's hard to act hard as fuck. Like, it's like nobody wants to be around that.
It's a be yourself celebration. That's what I love about it. And there's no, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way like we're viewing it, but I just feel like there's not really any judging going on. There's just like, you're seeing dudes dressed up as girls and girls dressed up as guys and people wearing costumes and frickin' just playing with glow gloves and dancing like a fool, sharing water.
There was one dude that was juggling these LED fucking little ball or sack things, whatever the fuck they were, and it looked like he wasn't just like juggling them like normal juggling. He's like throwing them like underneath his legs, fucking over the shoulder, like doing these crazy like dances with them. I wish I got a video of that, but there's so much cool shit like that throughout the show. Yeah, I love it.
It's fucking.
fucking desert dwellers threw in a little bit of Spangle.
Yeah.
Fucking lost
I
your
got so
shit.
excited.
Yeah, it felt like it was one of the few times it was appropriate for us to just go Spangle.
It's funny, the few people that actually fuck with Spangle, like, because Spangle's fucking, like, he's out there. So people, like, that fuck with him, how it look like, you know this is what's being remixed right now?
Fuck yeah.
It was so cool, man. Well, you know what's cool, too, is, like, people actually appreciate each other there, too. Like, you could just be buyers, like, you wouldn't even have to go with the friend, and you'll make friends.
Yeah.
Like
if you weren't able to go, because you were in the middle of a, like, job interview and all that kind of stuff, if you weren't able to go, I was still planning on going by myself, just finding someone outside to give a ticket to.
It's fun.
Yeah, I got you.
You just do your own thing. Like, I was just keeping to myself at one point for a little bit, dancing, and, like, people just thought, like, hey, man, thanks for having good energy. And I'm like, for real? Like,
hell yeah.
Shit. No, thank you for fucking being cool, too. Like, everyone's just thanking each other for being cool people. And I don't mean that in a douche, like, I'm so fucking cool. But I just mean, like, you're being respected. Like, people appreciate nice, respectable people there.
And they also appreciate fucking not just standing there. Yeah, exactly. Like you saying, nobody's judging. Like, there are people who are afraid of being judged, and nobody's judging. But if you're afraid of being judged, I feel like you start to come off weird and like being like so into like I don't know, there's something about it because we all like listen to this music, I guess. We all like kind of share something, so it's just all a celebration. When you really just like let loose, it's like, I don't know, other people, it helps everybody else to start letting loose. Like, I started going out of my way to dance even more stupid because, like, I just want to loosen up the other people coming in from the other room who don't know how to move to this. It's like, you just walk through this place like a fucking giraffe. You can do whatever you want. You can just slither. You can do whatever you want. Do some weird stuff with your hands, like you're going to throw some shit like Dragon Ball Z. I don't fucking know.
And people
do
like,
whatever you want. Yeah, like, it's just a fucking good thing. The one dude just prancing.
That guy's so cool.
Like, it's so great. Cool. You just, I don't know. It's
like being kids again. It was like,
it is.
It's like going. Like, remember when you have like those school dances or like they do the movie nights where people sleep and they suck, dude. No, but like remember being like a little kid and they'd do like maybe the sleepover at school and they'll have movies and then the guys or this and the girl, but then like you're all just having fun playing. It's like the outside world wasn't existing there.
It does feel like a big fort for a bunch of kids. Like a giant fort with fucking awesome images and music and.
When I think at one point you said this too, you're like, dude, it feels like we just opened the garage, which if you don't know what that means, we do that kind of shit when we trip together. We'll have the lights. That's you fucking gay, bro. But we'll have the lights off. We'll have like the tapestry up. We'll have like some ocean lights, some salt rocks, some spangle
or something,
whatever. Govinda playing
trippy music,
and we're just sitting like, man, I wish the outside world liked. And you go there, and it's just this.
Everyone's into that shit.
Yeah, it was so cool. Yeah, you guys are gonna see some videos. We got some cool videos for this one.
It is. It's like I almost felt like obligated in a way to gig like extra hard because this is the shit that like I almost feel like I have like a connection to because I've spent like trips by myself and or here just listening to that music through whole LSD experiences and shit. So it's like I know how to move to this shit. Like I've fucking gotten up off the floor and like Govinda's so like medieval dancey. It feels like I'm back in like medieval gypsy times, like somewhere. I don't know. It's and then Soohan just has that fucking like grimy but ancient
psychedelic
feel. Yeah, there's like
area vibe.
It is such a beautiful combination. I don't know.
They're all just so talented, man.
God damn.
It was
not to mention Soohan recently came out with a new album and Govinda did, so it was just
check him out.
It was heat.
Go buy his album. If you can't afford it, check him out on SoundCloud. Which he put it up there for free, but if support him if you can. Buy a shirt. Dude, they're all brothers. Go like. It just
amazing.
It was when you were saying that you felt obligated, I kind of felt that way too, like not in a bad way, but it just but just to show people like, no, this shit goes.
Right, yeah, obligated almost sounds like a negative term, but yeah, exactly, it's almost just
doing it justice. Like, no, dude, this shit is fucking fun. Just let go of your fucking not even a bad way, but your ego, your sense of self, and just fucking blend in with the crowd. We're like just a sea of bodies moving. You know,
that's another thing too. People always say be yourself, and I totally fucking agree with that. I think I try to be myself, but there's also a point where I'm at a show. I mean, maybe it was just because I was tripping, but like where I just thought about it, like, don't be yourself. Like, dance as if it's not you, as if nobody's gonna like connect you to your identity, you know? Like, right now, you're just this dude in this crowd who can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
You're not Daniel, who people are going to attach to this job and this reputation and the area where you live. Like, nobody even here even knows who the fuck you are. It's just like, it really, you just feel free to completely let loose.
And it's almost like a way you could slowly become yourself. Or it is an escape. It's like psychedelics do that too sometimes when you have like an ego death. You kind of forget. After you go through, you lose that feeling of like, oh wait, at least for me, I don't want to speak for everybody, but there's times where I forget that I'm even like experiencing anything while I'm tripping.
That's what's weird. It's like, it's not like you're being someone else in that moment. It's just simply that you're not attaching yourself. And I guess that's kind of what Jim Carrey's been saying lately. You know, like throughout time, you start to attach all these qualities and memories to who you are and these beliefs. Like, these are you, but they're not. They're just little things you picked up along the way, little fucking pins you put in your shirt, and you're like, these are me now, but you could remove them right away.
Right.
Fucking.
We try to a lot of us, we do that. We try to define what we're experiencing or define ourselves in a weird way, where it's like, maybe you don't really like the way you're defining yourself. Right. I don't dance like that.
No, dude.
And maybe it's like,
that's what I'm saying. We seen those two girls like with the like part of their head shaved and shit. They're just dancing like some crazy shit I'd never seen before, and I'm just like, oh, I've never danced like this. I'm gonna jump in between y'all and start gigging like this now. Like instead of being like, I don't know how to dance like that. Like, well, you start now. Fuck it.
Do it. And then people are like, hey,
yeah, it's all fun,
dude. Some people it's fucking cool too, because like I was sober, but tripping in the past, I think I know what it's like to like not know where the fuck you're at. Yeah. So at one point, there's this guy. He's talking to people and he's weirding them out because like they probably were just drinking, having fun, and he was freaking out because they're freaking out. And then at one point, I made eye contact with them, and I'm like, oh shit. And he came up to me and he's like, hey man, I'm just visiting from outer space, and California is a beautiful place. Oh, I'm sorry, that sounds crazy. I love you, man. Oh my god, that must have sounded gay. I'm sorry. Oh my god, that's rude to say gay. I'm sorry. And I just looked at him, and normally it'd be weird out, but I've been there. I've been tripping where I forget like what I'm speaking or lost in the show. So I just looked at him, and I was just like, I just played the game. I was like, hey man, thanks for visiting us down here. And he just went from like so happy, he wanted a hug, and I'm like, hey man, so what do you think of it down here? He's like, oh, it's so great. And he shook my hand, and I could feel he was trying to pass me something, and I was like, no, I don't want it. And then I looked, he's like, no, here. And I took it, and I thought it was like a sneak-a-toke for weed, but I wasn't even smoking weed that night. I had like a beer or so. And so I looked at it, and I'm like, is this a pipe? And it was a fucking glass bottle of Coke or Molly. I don't even know what the fuck it was. So I just looked at it, and he's just sweating. He's like, and I'm like, I'm good, man. Yep. No, thank you.
I have two things I want to say about that. I wonder what he said to those girls to make them feel uncomfortable. Right. He was talking to before. If he said that to you, I wonder what he said to them.
Right.
And B, I wonder how he would have reacted.
If I was mad.
No. If you just did the whole thing. Because I don't know if that was a personal dose or his amount for the night. Like, what if you just down the whole thing straight down your nose and hand them back empty?
You know, right?
Like, what the fuck, dude? That group you were talking to, you introduced me to, the guy just looks at my Diamond Saint shirt and like, before he even introduces himself, he just goes, Loving Saints, dude. Like, people are just like, you can't be worried about how you're like, unless you're coming off like an asshole. But I mean, you like coming off like lovey or appreciative in those environments is appreciated. That's the main thing about psychedelics. You know, it's not about the psychedelics so much and what you're seeing and how awesome mushrooms or acid is. It's more about yourself, and they help you with an inward journey and figuring out yourself, much like yoga or something. Right. It's just like, they really help you figure out you and improve yourself. So if once you've done that, if you've gone down that path and you're like pretty content with where you're at and in a positive way, because sometimes being content is negative, then you can go to these kinds of shows and everyone just opens up. Like, we've all fucking been through the shit by ourselves, probably tripping alone, wishing we had a community like this. So then once we're all here with this community, it's like, you guys like desert dwellers? What the fuck? Like, we can party.
Exactly.
They're playing Spango, we can party.
Right.
It's
cool.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about the show.
I know. I feel like no matter what I say, it's not going to do it justice. But that's why I'm glad we got videos to show people.
Yeah, there isn't really any way. You kind of have to experience it. But that's why I like doing these videos. And like the bicycle day, like the first video we ever did was bicycle day talking about a show. Because That was the second bicycle day we went to, but the first bicycle day was really what exposed us to this, because we were just going to an Alex Gray art show. Like, yeah, we will walk through and look at canvases, and it'll be classy.
And we'll pretend to be like we're not weird. And then you get there,
we'll act like we're not on acid.
Yeah.
And then we get there, and it's literally like...
It's lit.
It's basically like, we encourage LSD.
Right.
This day is about celebrating LSD.
Right.
We're like, oh, it's not just us. We don't got to be low-key about this.
Everyone's
like, oh, shit.
Celebrating this thing that helped them change their life in a positive way.
Right, and then you learn that it's not just an art show, too. It was an art of all kinds show with aerialists, music, painting, electronic visual arts, fucking people bringing in live instruments and dancing.
And shit you wouldn't expect, like that dude float with the orb, and it's just like,
yeah.
oh, they made art out of that.
And then it's also like people that aren't even a part of the show. It's like, you know, like Nacho or like that dude juggling and stuff. It's like people just show up that are fucking talented individuals.
Yeah,
it's fucking dope.
And everyone, it's so cool.
Some of that poise shit he pulls off is fucking blowing my mind.
I mean,
of course, I was on a tab of LSD. That helps. I'm a dork for flow arts anyways, but on a tab of LSD, I'm just like, do you see what he's doing right now? Oh, shit.
Right.
It was crazy.
We've talked about that before, but be your unique self.
Right.
Keep that shit be unique. And I'm gonna drop another quote. He was a playwright.
Dropping fucking quotes.
No, I love
That's
quotes.
Gonna be our new segment.
Right. Dropping fucking quotes. But that playwright, he said, "Be yourself, because everybody else is taken."
Right.
And I like that, man. And
it's weird too, because you can. Just because you're doing something that you normally wouldn't do doesn't mean that you're not being yourself. Not being yourself is when you try to act like another unique individual that you see. But sometimes just like letting go of who you are and just doing whatever comes out, that is being like yourself.
Busting a big old nut.
It is. That's how I felt at the show. It's like coming home just like so satisfying. Fucking... Yeah, just to kind of wrap up on the show, we basically got to the point where Soohan came out, shit was lit, fucking didgeridoos, sitars, Missy Elliott, everything was coming out. Yeah, it was fucking dope. We were front and center, and it got to the point where like we were dancing for days. It was like 3:30 a.m. and I finally turned to you. Mind you, I'm tripping. I'm like, man, I don't know if I like pulled something or if I broke something, but I don't think I should be moving around on my leg anymore, because it felt like right above my knee, like got like a weird cramp or something. Like I had it bent, dancing, moving for too long, and then straightened it, and it was just like tweaked weird. As soon as we started walking, I was fine. We got back to the car, fucking got home, sick ass night.
I highly recommend you, if you have a show or a festival near you, even if it's not these artists, but just go to them, man.
You see Soohan coming by, highly recommend going.
Oh, fuck yeah. And I wanted... we want to continue doing this, where we're going to try to get as much videos of these shows as we can, not to steal, without trying to ruin their set, because I want you to go see them, so I'm not trying to like videotape the whole fucking thing.
Right.
I want to get sneak peeks just to promote them. So
just because we didn't know that this existed before going to Bicycle Day in 2015.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, this is all still like, we stumbled upon this and this doesn't really exist in our neighborhood, county area. So
like if any of you artists do see this video that were there, or in future shows, we're not trying to like disrespect it. We're trying to promote it.
Bring exposure.
Yeah, exactly.
And we love what y'all are doing.
Exactly. It's cool. I just want people to... I don't know, even if you're not into cycling, just find your fucking community. There's dope artists out there that aren't on the fucking radio.
Yeah.
The radio and then TV's not really the place to go.
I think most of them are not on the TV or radio. On the TV.
Not
on the TV or the radio.
Yeah. SoundCloud, and what was the one you've been fucking with lately? Bandcamp?
Bandcamp. Yeah, that's a great way to really contribute, give back to the artists that are giving us so fucking much. We all got to pay our bills, you know what I'm saying? But on that note, we be getting out of here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I don't know if it'll be a separate video or in this one. But yeah, we're going to have a highlight video of the show so you guys can see what the fuck is up. So just in case if it is in this one, you guys are about to peep game right now.
Yay!
I want to thank you guys for checking this out. Check out some shows. We love y'all. See you next week. We out.
Thanks for coming down the rabbit hole.